Hi. Okay, so time has come to do some reverse engineering about how does this power bank change the voltage. This is Anker Power Core Plus 10,050 milliampere hours, and I would like to understand, for God's sake, how does they do the voltage changing from 5 volt to 9 volt. So let's start how to debug this problem. Okay, so I have here type C cable that is suitable for the Galaxy 8 phone, and this is the other side. I've cut it, and of course we have 4 signals, which are probably the black probably is ground, the red is VCC, and the 2 other are the differential D plus and D minus of the USB. Okay, so let's try to find out how the voltage is up, and of course probably I will have to use an oscilloscope in order to see what is going on with the signals and how they are doing it. It's really interesting, anyway, interesting to me. So first step, I have taken the isolate from this wire, and first step we will just try to connect the VCC in the ground. I think that the red and the black should be VCC in ground, but I am not sure because this is probably a Chinese version cable, so I just hope it is like it should be. So let's connect the VCC and the GND. I use a solder to solder them. Forgive me for the mess, but this is not a mess. This is after I've tried to do some cleaning of my room, because it always looks like this, no matter what I do. Okay, so I'm connecting now VCC in the ground. Hopefully this will be enough for the general charge, and this will help us to understand few things, hopefully. Okay, so first I will try to use a general power bank, connect it. This is Chinese cable, doesn't connect very well. Okay, let's connect it to another power bank. This is a Romas, and it is doing a charging because it is writing that it is charging. Okay, so but this is regular charge. What I would like to find out if I need the other signals in order to do some handshaking between the power bank and the phone. So let's see now. Okay, this is charging. What I will do is I find out if I am powering off. So what we see here, I guess this is the Anker request from the phone to see if it supports fast charge. So this is the Anker request. And now let's see the second part. The second part is probably the answer. This is again my guess, but let's say intelligent guess. Okay, we'll do the run again, and then we can see the first part, and then this is the answer. The answer from the phone are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peaks. And the peaks are saying, yes, I do support the fast charge. Please do and give me more power. And now, in order to make sure, let's run the scope with looking at, I will do zoom out and I will try to put them both. Okay, so now I will do a free run and we will see now when it is going up to 9 volts exactly with the signals that we see on the scope. Okay, so now you see it is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. This is the regress. It moved. The timing is not good. Okay, so let's do it again. I will move it a little down and we will try to see it again. Okay, so this is 5. Now it is 9 and I didn't manage to see the request. Let's move the timing a little. And again, this is the request. The voltage is a little low, still low. And now after the peaks, yes, after the 5 peaks it moved to 9 volts. Okay, so the first part, as I said, is the request from the Anker, the signals that we're seeing, and the feedback back, which are the 4 peaks, is yes, I support this voltage. And now I will try to do a voltage from the power bank with Arduino code. So now let's look a little better at the feedback back, meaning at the timing, and see if this is correct. This is the most interesting part. Okay, so let's move the timing in order to see the pulses that we are getting back. So I will move the trigger slope to the high voltages that we see and we put it on manual. Trigger option, not automatic, we want it on edge, and we'll do enter on trigger. Noise rejection doesn't matter. Okay, let's catch it. Let's catch this part. Trigger is not running. Again, I have some problem with the timing. The scope is not very intuitive, let's say. Should work with an oscilloscope in order to catch the signals. Okay, we'll move the timing a little in order to be able to catch all the pulses. Okay, now we have a voltage range problem. Okay, we see now the pulses. What I want to do is to measure the time. So we'll do hold, and now we'll move the time a little. Okay, so this is 5 milliseconds. So the pulse is about 1 millisecond, and the distance between them is 20 milliseconds. Okay, so now we know how it works. Let's try to produce this process in Arduino and to see if I can do the voltage up. Okay, so what we have found so far is this. I will take a paper maybe and write it down. Okay, so now I don't need the request because I know what is the feedback that I need to take back. So I will produce five pulses, and the pulses will be 1 millisecond. 1 millisecond, this is the wide, and we have pulse every, this is 5, so every 20 milliseconds. Let's make sure that it is okay again. Just want to make sure that doing it correct. We missed it. We missed it. Again. Okay. So I'm not sure about the timing. Okay, so we are wrong because the distance between the pulses is about 80 milliseconds. 80 milliseconds. And let's say if 1 square is 20 milliseconds, so we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, we can measure it, of course. Let's do a measurement. So we will put scope reading and we will do a pulse. We will read the pulse. Here we have a pulse. Okay. Now let's see the reading. Reading 1 will be pulse. Yes. Pulse. Again, I'm just trying to catch it because it doesn't want. Okay. So the pulse is 2.6 milliseconds. 2.6 milliseconds. 2.6. And 80 milliseconds between the pulses. Okay, let's try it. Let's try to do it with Arduino and then we'll see what we get. Okay. I understand what is going on. This is the first part, and the second is probably a feedback back from the device. Okay, so it's like it is asking, do you support the fast charge? And then the phone give back the data, yes, I do support the fast charge. In order to know for sure, I will have to use a device that doesn't support the fast charge. I can use, for example, another phone, and I'm sure that I will see just the first part and not the second, which are the 4 peaks that we've seen. The 4 peaks are probably the feedback back from the device, that it is saying that this is the question, and probably the answer are the 4 peaks. 4 or 5. I didn't succeed to catch it. Let's hold the screen now in order to see it again and do the summary of what we are seeing. Okay, so now I will connect and then hold. Okay, so this is the request probably from the Anker. The peaks that we are seeing here, which are 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and then 0. Probably this is the timing. So I guess it works like this. I will do a zoom on the scope. Okay, so probably what we see here, I will try to do a little better picture. Okay, so first part, I've written Arduino code to do the same pulse. So let's run it and see that it is working. It is doing a few blinks before it starts, and then we will see if I've done it okay. Okay, so we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulse with the 8 milliseconds between them and 2 millisecond pulse I've taken, and the next thing of course will be to connect it to the power bank and to see if this is working. So what I will do is of course disconnect now the Galaxy. I will try to connect the Arduino to the power bank, and then we will measure the voltage. Hopefully it will work, because now I'm writing just to one of the signal and not to the seconds of the USB, which is differential. So I might need later to change a little the code in order to see that it is working. But let's see, maybe first try will be okay, if I'm lucky. So now I will connect now the ground. And now I will connect the signal that I've done to the power bank. I might have a problem. I might have a problem because okay, I will explain. Because I'm waiting about 5 seconds before I'm doing the pulse, and maybe there is a timeout that if it is not seen in the correct timing, it will not move the voltage up, meaning I first need some trigger and then I need to give the answer, and if there is no correlation, let's try. I don't know. Okay, so now it is not connected to the Galaxy, just connected to the power bank, and I will now do a reset to the board, and then we will see if it will move up. So nothing happens. It can't be that simple. Can't be that simple. So I will change a little the code. For a shorter delay before sending the pulse out, and let's see if this will work. I might need first to get the data, and also I don't know what about the differential side. So let's try again. I'm doing a reset. Voltage doesn't go up. try now to see what is going on with the scope. Okay, these are my pulses. It shouldn't look like this. If the ground is not connected, it can look like this, of course. Need to connect ground. This is kind of strange because I don't see the first part of the head shaking. Something is missing. Okay, I will try to do some changes in my code.